Wow, a page turner, I imagine, for an actor. This, you couldn't have put it down, surely.
Yeah, it's an intense script.
And when you read the part that you play, what was it? Because they're not easy characters to connect to. So what was it about that part that you thought, okay, there is something that I want to bring to the big screen here?
I felt that Demons was the least inherently racist of these three cops. He was the one who is most likely to sit on the fence and is least comfortable with the idea of white supremacy and racism. But that makes him, in a way, more dangerous than anybody else. Because, as I've said in some other interviews here, the most outspoken ideological extremists are rarely the ones who cause the actual physical damage or make these atrocious offences happen. Obviously their words and their beliefs are what contribute to it, but it is a person who is susceptible to those words and to that language and to that ideology, who feels the need to prove themselves and categorise themselves within that group, is the person who commits that crime. And we're seeing that all over the place at the moment. That's happening in the United States. That's happening here in the UK all the time. It is a systemic issue throughout the world right now. So for me, it was a great opportunity to examine the psychology of that kind of person and to think, how can we prevent these people from being in a position where they become susceptible to this radical ideology?
And also, because this is an event that actually happened, I would imagine, I'm not sure if you're an actor that loves research, but I could imagine you just completely immersed yourself into not only the script, obviously, that presents much information anyway, but to go on your own journey to find out what really happened at this event.
Yeah, I mean, more so for me than anything else, it was about... Of course, we did research on the event itself and on the 1967 uprising in Detroit. But it's important not to lose sight of the fact that this is a cyclical thing and that it's still occurring in the same way right now. It is no less relevant today than it was the moment it happened. So for that reason, my emphasis was on examining the psychology of these people, of really thinking about getting inside the head of somebody who feels like this or has the potential to feel like this. And that was my approach.